Lionel Messi has won the best. What? Again? Yeah, again. Just as the winner was announced to the public, there was deafening silence. And then, an explosion. An explosion of emotions. Today, the Inside Football channel will tell you why this happened, and basically, all the interesting details surrounding one of the biggest scandals in world football history. Support us with a like, and let's get going! So, Lionel Messi wins the best for the second straight year. However, if Leo's 2022 award was fully deserved, simply because he'd just taken a coveted World Cup trophy, this year the individual prize fell on La Pulga's head like snow out of the blue. An absolute shocker and nonsense. Let's find out how and why it happened in the first place. Who was responsible for choosing the winner? According to the rules of the competition, these were coaches and captains of national teams, journalists, and even fans. Everyone except the judges. Well, that's the way it goes. With that in mind, we got a fair vote. When determining the rules, FIFA was guided by the fairness factor, so that everyone involved in our beloved #1 game had the right to vote. The whole thing seemed like a cool initiative, which everyone supported at one time, right? Okay, here's the result. Messi and Haaland gained 48 points each. But according to FIFA rules, the award went to the Argentine since he received more votes from the captains. Incredible race, isn't it? Believe it or not, there was no hype surrounding the event. It wasn't a Messi versus Van Dijk style discussions from 2019. Instead, there was a total shock. You see, it turns out that the captains gave the best 2023 to Messi, footballers who recognized Leo as the best. Then let's see who among the stellar captains put their vote for the Argentine. Kylian Mbappe, Mohamed Salah, Harry Kane, Luka Modric, Federico Valverde, Robert Lewandowski, Virgil van Dijk, Romelu Lukaku, Andrew Robertson, Jan Oblak, Gianluigi Donnarumma, Radamel Falcao, and Granit Xhaka. Impressive list, isn't it? An interesting story occurred with Modric and Valverde, whom Real Madrid supporters began to write under Instagram posts. Some have even called for Luka to leave Madrid urgently after what they consider to be such a disgrace. It's funny how these individual awards are driving people crazy. Memes like this one also began to pop up. Check it out. Press the like button if you smiled. Alright, what should we think of it? In fact, this Messi's award is well deserved too. Since he didn't buy votes, no scandals have been noticed. These are all real votes of real people. But one question still raises concerns. How and why did this happen? And now let's talk about the main reasons behind such a decision, back when it seemed that Erling Haaland should definitely take the award. The best had seriously undermined trust in FIFA, writes Marca journalist Juan Castro, who was present at the ceremony in London. An obvious lack of trust, as seeing the titles of Leo and Haaland, the winner becomes clear only from the mere fact that FIFA does not explain the object of the vote to its voters, captains, coaches, journalists, and fans. December 19th, 2022 to August 20th, 2023. That took the World Cup in Qatar out of the equation. I suspect that the captain of Luxembourg, for example, had no idea exactly what he was voting for. Simply put, the Spanish journalist assumes that FIFA didn't bother to inform coaches, footballers, journalists, and fans about the period of the year for which the best was to be determined. Maybe there's something more to it. The ESPN FC studio also laughed at FIFA and their rules, with their expert Craig Burley openly mocking the procedure itself. Live sound follows.
Who do you think the best player, Mr. Capitanos, are? Messi!
Unclear info and the very structure of the jury are said to be the main reasons for what happened. Now it seems pretty obvious why FIFA needs to change something in their affairs. Whether to look for other jury formulas and make decisions in a more professional way. For example, replace fans with referees, or to give clear recommendations on how to vote. Thus, the person who is being surveyed clearly understands for which period he chooses the best footballer throughout the survey. Perhaps everyone was confused by the date of December 19th, 2022, because not everyone could remember that the World Cup final took place on the 18th. More shame must be credited to FIFA's name because of the fact that no footballer from the three finalists came to the ceremony in London, neither Messi, nor Haaland, nor Mbappe. At 11 a.m., it became known that Haaland decided not to come to the ceremony. Juan Castro informed in his article on the Marca website. At 4 p.m., it became known that Messi will not be present either. Interest among journalists was growing. Who would win and what would happen in the end? While FIFA assured that the final choice would surprise everyone, the Spanish journalist conveyed the atmosphere. And indeed, they didn't lie. The choice did surprise everyone. His name echoes in the hall, and silence falls in the theater. No one knew how to react. They look at each other until the first applause is heard. No one from Leo's entourage arrives to pick him up, and Thierry Henry, the host of the event, jokes that he will take it home. Castro keeps conveying the atmosphere. Apparently, Gianni Infantino, the president of FIFA, was so confused by the final result, he didn't even show up for the usual communication with journalists. And that's how it became clear why neither Messi nor Haaland were present in the event. The Argentine was probably in a deep shock himself, to the point that he decided not to expose himself to public hate on a colossal scale. And the Norwegian had missed the whole thing for obvious reasons. He was most likely sure that this year was worth any praises imaginable. Needless to say, world media and journalists were a bit dumbfounded, to say the least. Even Messi didn't expect this. We faced the biggest disgrace in the history of football. These awards are rotten, thinks El Chiringuito TV journalist Edu Aguirre, who is friends with Cristiano Ronaldo. But the big surprise of the night was the selection of Lionel Messi like the best. This is not one of the years with the most merit, but always any award to Messi, it's appropriate. A word to Messi, it's never unfair, though sometimes more surprising than others. The feeling is that FIFA wants to pay tribute to the best player in the history of football with one last award and leave Haaland and Mbappe for other occasions. Some awards are deserved, but the FIFA Gala is mini best. It's not in a high place. And this was the opinion of the editor-in-chief of Mundo Deportivo, Santi Noya. Messi was recognized by FIFA as the best player in the world, but didn't come to the ceremony. He didn't expect and probably didn't want to go through the bitter pill of receiving an award he knew he didn't deserve. It turned out that Messi was slandered for an unfair victory, and this is the worst thing that can be done to a champion like him. And this was the opinion of another journalist, Aris Gabilondo, which is hard to disagree with. Each has his own opinion on the matter. For example, there are people who believe that if Messi deserved the best after having such a mediocre year, then Cristiano Ronaldo, who became the most effective football player of the year, fully deserved this award. If winning the Champions League is not worth anything in the award, then the one who deserves the award is Cristiano Ronaldo. What is special about the American League that does not exist in Saudi Arabia? The Saudi League is much stronger than the American League, and Cristiano is the best scorer in the world in 2023. Cristiano Ronaldo has shown that he is the only player who always fights these systems and that he is the real GOAT. There is such an opinion. Marca representative Juan Ignacio Gallardo was in the jury of the best 2023 from Spain, putting Messi in second place after Rodri with the following words. I think there are other factors to take into account when choosing these awards, beyond the number of goals and cups. In the case of Messi, I pondered the revolution he generated in US soccer with his signing for Inter Miami. It's very important to have references that promote the sport we are all passionate about. The arrival of the Argentinian has been a colossal stimulus for soccer, at a time when we have a World Cup in sight in that country. The United States is a world-class nation, with a very clear concept of what success is and an uncompromising praise for winners. The US does not give away admiration to anyone who does not deserve it and fell surrendered at the feet of Messi. I don't think any other player on the planet would have achieved the impact that Messi made with his arrival. You have to be very good to achieve that. You have to be the best. But eventually, this award shouldn't have gone to Erling Haaland, and we think most of you will agree on that. 2023 was a huge year for Haaland. He gave Man City what it lacked, and Man City gave him what he lacked. He has what it takes to dominate the world thanks to goals, but instead, he is disappointed with the prize that was his and ended up in Miami. It's quite logical that he didn't appear at the gala, although he was in London. Interestingly enough, Messi himself gave his captain's vote for Erling. We would like to end this controversial topic on this note. What do you think of it? Share your thoughts in the comments down below. Friends, we hope you enjoyed today's episode and will give us many thumbs up. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel in order to get notified about our latest videos. The Inside Football channel was with you. We watch football from a different angle. Have a nice one and see you in a bit.